Hey guys, welcome back. Joe here again from ScaleFreak.com with Red Devil Recon, coming to show you a quick install and kind of a quick review of the RC Gearhead or Gearhead RC red acrylic rings that you can get from RPP Hobby. It's an item that I've wanted to get on my truck for a while. Really goes with the color scheme, really goes with the scale look of what a real monster type Jeep would look like. So stay tuned, check it out, watch the install. First, we'll start with the actual packaging of the product itself. So this is how it comes from RPP Hobby. I found right now that RPP, as of today, today is July 1st, 2014, it seems to be exclusively sold through RPP Hobby, which is good because I know that you order stuff from there and bang, you've got it, and it's a good product. So packaging, very simple. GEAWHE 010 is the one I'm using, which is the 1.9 Beadlock, the red acrylic. So, as always, easy to open, get it done. And then they are shrink wrapped inside here. The ones I opted for, because this is for Red Devil Recon, were the red ones. So in the package itself, you get some new screws, which is great because the stock screws that I have, I've kind of worn them out a little bit. And then, of course, you do get the rings themselves. So 4 and always, you get a couple stickers as well. So that'll be good because RPP and Gearhead are sponsors of the Recon G6, so I have absolutely no concern with putting the stickers on the kit because, you know, they are a good product and I do like what they do. So you'll see the sides of these things are actually like brown, but they're little covers, so you actually just peel them off and then bang, there's the red. So I went for the red because, again, it is for Red Devil Recon, which just makes sense to put red on it. So these things actually look really, really nice. So as far as strength, very tough, not even easy to bend. I do expect these to mark up a little bit from rock rash, but that's kind of what I want. So yeah, that's going to be a good thing. So let's go ahead. I'm going to peel all the brown off of all these things, and let's go ahead and start getting some stuff installed. Here on the wheel, we have the actual stock Axial beadlock that comes on the stock Axial wheels. Now, don't get me wrong. I love these wheels. I love these beadlock rings. The only reason I'm replacing them is because after watching literally hours of Easter Jeep Safari and Moab videos, a lot of the really, really custom, yeah, I guess we'll call it the really custom project Jeeps would be running a beadlock a little more thicker, something along the line of this. This is actually very similar to a look that you would see on a really, really custom rig, and that's what I wanted to go for. And of course, because this is Red Devil Recon, which has a cross of black and red parts, I really did want to get a red ring put on these wheels. Now, this is going to be a direct fit from one to the other, so it is an extremely simple install. So for the heavy lifting, first I use an electric screw or an electric driver just to get the screws out. Now guys, please remember, we are working with plastic, the plastic wheat rim. So when you're taking screws, well, I guess taking screws out is not really a concern. When you're putting screws back in, your preference, but I don't use this to fully put the screws back in. I'll do it to do kind of the main bit, but then I'll slow it down and I'll finish it with a hand wrench just to make sure that I don't torque them too much and strip it all out on the inside. But for time purposes, boom, let's get them out. So of course this is super easy, just pop off the old ring and that's it. So you can see that the outside diameter is the same, the thickness is the same, the hole location is the same, but you can see looking at this, there will be a bit of a difference with how much space is actually going to be filled up. So for this one here, I'm going to just slap this sucker on there. And again, it's a direct fit, so as long as you don't pop the bead itself, this should just drop back on really, really quick. And of course, it does come with its own screws, which the difference between the screws, the Axial ones have a very, very tall head. These ones here are a button head. They're rounded on the top, so you'll be less likely to actually connect with a rock on the screw itself, because remember, you're looking to slide on the sidewall of the tire. You're looking to make sure that you have tons and tons of space and tons of room. So one thing already that I've learned from the install, and I want to make sure you're aware of this, the screws that come with the Axial kit on the Axial bead locks are 1.5 millimeter metric screws. The screws that come with the gear head set are 0.050 standard screws. So make sure you do have a standard Allen key or a standard driver around as well to be able to put these back in, because they're just sized just right that you can't even wedge a 1.5 millimeter in there. So for these ones here, just to make sure, I'm actually going to use the driver for all of the screws right from the beginning, just to make sure that I don't hog anything out or strip anything putting it back in. So at first, I find it's easiest just to locate all the holes, just thread them in a little bit, just to make sure that you can locate everything no problem, and that you start the bead in the right fashion. I mean, really, it's not like this is a differential gear or a gear that you have to make sure it goes on level. Eventually the screws are all going to level out no problem, so you don't have to like do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not like a real tire. But I just do this to make sure that I can keep them in and keep the bead in its place so it doesn't pop out while I'm doing it. So give me 1 second, guys, while I get all of these screws in and all these screws tightened down, and I'll come back to you. So all installed, you can see exactly, see, red and red. That's exactly what I wanted. So the red and the black and the red and the black, that was the reason why I wanted to get these on there. Again, because a lot of the stuff that I've seen on the Moab videos, on the Easter Jeep Safari videos, is that this would be something that would be on a rig as custom as this one. Remember, the G6, the Recon G6, is not your typical Jeep. So, man, go crazy with it. The whole install, if I had not been filming, probably would have taken me about, I'm going to say 15 minutes. Requires almost no skill and minimal hand tools. Just a 1.5 millimeter to take off the old one, and an 050 standard bit to put on the new ones. Now, I will caution you that the outside diameter of the screw of the ones that came with the gearhead kit are a little bit smaller thread than the ones that came with the truck itself. So when you are putting the screws in to the reels, be very careful. If you've stripped them out or possibly stripped them out before, the screw is just going to spin. What some people suggest is if you're going to put a smaller screw into the hole is to put a little bit of CA glue on it. You know, it will help, I guess, create a new thread and just make it a little easier for it to stick as long as you don't overspin it. But I don't think I'm going to have any concerns. Of course, I always do keep spare screws with me on the trail just in case something like that happens. They actually give you 1 extra screw in the kit just in case you do something silly. And again, so these are a more flush mounted button head screw as opposed to these great big head screws, so that it will smooth over the rocks a little bit more. And I think this adds a really, really nice scale look to it, given that it's got a nice, great big rock guard with the bead lock, and then just the little tire valve, the filler cap there as well. So I think it's going to look great. As I mess them up a little bit, it will actually start to be the same shade as the body, which was painted with Spaz red, so you can see kind of what it is. Now, the gearhead guys do make a series of different colors, so maybe you have a black truck, maybe you have a blue truck. You know, go check out the gearhead website, gearheadrc.com, and also go check out RPP Hobby and check to see what is available, as well as some of their other line, because I know they've got lights, I know they've got roof racks, all that stuff as well. So they've got a pretty good line. They're taking advantage of the scale accessory market right now. So that's it, guys. I look forward to making a few more videos with this truck soon, just to show you guys how it looks in motion and how it performs with all that Tiken and Savox gear in it. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. You know, comment below if you've got something like this already on your kit. What are you running for locker rings on your stock Axial wheels? Of course, as always, please remember, share this video with your other communities. I'm really only going to be posting these right now on the RC Militia and the Scale Freak Facebook pages, as well as the RC Sparks web forum. So share this around your groups and stuff like that and get it seen out there by other people who may be interested. And you know what? I really appreciate it if you click the like button and click subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for checking out the install and a little mini review of these RC Gearhead acrylic red rings, and have a great day.